Thank you for joining us for our second Time for Change virtual event. For the past 11 years, YWS has hosted our annual Time for Change fundraiser across the city of Toronto, working alongside our community partners in an effort to educate Toronto about youth homelessness through fundraising and art activism. As we move into our 12th consecutive year of our Time for Change campaign, we are combining the classic Time for Change model and the virtual experiences of 2021 with a month-long fundraising campaign and virtual art activism showcase and gallery to raise awareness and funds for the youth we serve here at YWS. At Youth Without Shelter, we are providing more support for youth experiencing homelessness than ever before. Beyond safety, shelter, and food, we offer a safe space to call home during the pandemic, with a team of staff providing vital emotional support and mental health counseling that youth need in order to continue going to school, work, and moving towards stable living. Tonight, for our Art Activism Showcase, you'll see performances from some of our T4C art activists. Stay tuned for some spoken word, poetry, theater, and much more. Our virtual Art Activism Gallery is also open for the public to view between February 24th to the 28th. To view works of art such as drawing, painting, and photography, please visit the link below and click on the link to access the gallery. Thank you for watching, and please enjoy the showcase.
Article 3. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person.
How can safety be a possibility when there are no walls to keep the cold at bay? The frozen glances. Eyes of passers-by who speed up as they pass by. What's worse?
Eyes glaring, seeing only an inconvenience, a bump in the road, something barely even human.
Or eyes glued to the pavement to avoid seeing anything at all.
Saving themselves from the guilt of walking away, knowing they could have done something so small in the hands of someone who has everything.
But still, they choose to walk away.
Article 11. Everyone has the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty.
But what were they proven guilty of this life, fated perhaps to end up here?
It was addiction. It was mental illness. It was their fault.
Are these the charges of which they have been accused? The minds of strangers putting them on the stand, eyes that see them behind bars before they even say a word. But what can words do against the phantom blood they imagine upon their hands? They never stood a chance.
The peoples of the United Nations have, in this charter, reaffirmed their faith in the fundamental human rights and the dignity and worth of the human person.
Where does the line sit between being human, worthy of these rights, and something other?
Are they not human? Can you not see them? They were just like you once, and you can become them.
Everything seems distant outside of a window. I watch the world like television.
But what's happening outside is reality. I can't shut it off with a remote, and they're watching me too.
So we stare back at each other through the same window, because that's the only thing that separates us.
The true north, strong and free. The world's greatest place to call home. Our own perfect dollhouse, where children grow and learn. The promise of an eternity of joy. All there is to offer in life, and more. Perfect glass figurines of what is expected, how we should be.
But sometimes glass falls, shatters, shards sprawled on the floor, the pieces lost, waiting to be put back together by the ones who promise a paradigm of perfection.
But no one arrives. The glass is swept under the rug, the rest of the figurines dusted, spread out to replace the gap of the broken.
Back to the picture of what we should be, walking by with our heads held high, ignoring the fragments and silent pleas. This doesn't apply. So helpful and kind.
The true north, strong and free.
Close your eyes. You're walking down the street, on your way home.
There's a person sitting on the sidewalk, about as old as you.
Only difference is, they can't go home.
Spare some change?
Don't
make
make
eye
eye
contact.
Then you would see that this person isn't so different from you.
This person could be you in a month or two.
You could spare the change. The money that would have been your oat milk latte could be this person's next few meals.
But you don't. Why not? They must have done something to get themselves into this situation.
What did they do? 77% of youth experiencing homelessness report leaving home because of an inability to get along with parents.
That's not their fault. Why don't you care?
What would you do when your world stops? When all perceptions of light, love, and stability just vanish? When all your protection just stops? All inevitability will cease and you will be left with a faint memory of normalcy. They tell me to grow up, but I say it's time to act out. It's time for the youth to have a tantrum and demand our protection. I'm not going to handle this like a grown-up, because why should we be expected to parent ourselves? I'm going to stand here. I'm going to scream and cry and make you listen to me. I'm going to take this like a child and demand the action that I deserve to see in my lifetime. I'm going to throw a tantrum, and I'm going to take back the odds. You see an unstable little brat, and I see an activist.
Act up, act out, fight back against youth homelessness.
And take back the statistics. The numbers and probability are nothing but a knife that cuts the throat of any individuality. I know that I am 1/3, 29%, and most likely 2/4, and the list will go on and on. I slit my wrist for the truth to come out, that I am not the statistic you paint me with, the thick coat of lacquer that suffocates the very existence that I could be okay. Screw the statistics.
Act up, act out, fight back.
Homelessness is right in front of you. Look at me, look through me, leer me up and down, and make your decision. Take this child in front of you, shouting, crying to be heard, begging to break the glass ceiling and fight back against their trauma, and judge whether they have the strength to live without the help of an adult. Look at someone engage whether or not you'll spare $1. Every year we say the same thing, we fight back against the darkness. We perform for you in hopes that one day you'll give a damn, that one day the youth will not be standing alone. The activists will have advocates. The homeless we campaign for will not be alone. We will.
Act up, act out, fight back against youth homelessness.
Stand with me.
Act up, act out, fight back against youth homelessness.
Time for change. A world where youth are off the streets and into homes. A world where youth can reach out and there will be a hand to lift them up. A world where there's options other than homelessness. A world where youth can be whoever they want to be.
I'm Bill Coulter from CP24, and I'm incredibly proud to be supporting Youth Without Shelter's virtual fundraiser, Time4Change. It's an incredible organization with a very important mission to end youth homelessness. Text CHANGE to 45678 to donate $10 today. Let's end youth homelessness together.
Sierra Johnson is a 22-year-old art student at York University. She is the founder of Create Art Foundation, a not-for-profit organization which offers free art programs and supplies to youth in challenged home environments. I had the opportunity to participate in T4C 2021, and after seeing the impact that T4C Month has on the community, I decided to contribute a few digital artworks for 2022. I hope to raise awareness about the struggles of homeless youth through my art activism. This series of digital artworks were created with the homeless youth in mind, digging deeper into emotions, thoughts, and raising awareness about the homeless youth population in Canada.
it's Kaylee and Sam Beckerman from Beckerman Twins. On any given night in Toronto, approximately 2,000 youth experience homelessness. That's why we're thrilled to be supporting this year's Youth Without Shelters virtual fundraiser called Time4Change. As Toronto continues to grapple with the rapidly changing COVID-19 measures, staying at home is incredibly difficult for young people who don't have a place to call home. This February, we can help end youth homelessness by texting CHANGE to 45678 to make a $10 donation or visit the website. Let's make change happen and end youth homelessness together.
InnoWire is a registered nonprofit organization consisting of a group of ambitious youth between the ages 13 to 18 who strive to create an impact in this world. We asked them why they wanted to participate in Time4Change, and this is what they had to say. Since 2018, we have been creating and sharing STEM, business, and leadership opportunities for all youth in an attempt to inspire them to innovate and become leaders in the world of STEM. We decided to participate in T4C 2022 because we thought it was an amazing opportunity for us to support youth in our community while creating something at the intersection of art and engineering. YWS's story inspired us to get involved with this amazing initiative and spread awareness about youth homelessness. Our piece is a recreation of YWS's logo. We programmed a Vex robot using Python to move around on a canvas and draw out the YWS logo. Diana Selamaneva. Diana is an artist from Mississauga. I love to work with different mediums, and I've been painting from a young age. I have fundraised for YWS many times before, recently using my art creations, therefore T4C was a perfect fit. Through my artwork, I wanted to capture the harsh reality that homeless youth has to go through during difficult weather conditions. My hope for the paintings is to portray the emotion of the fact that it is better on the inside. Additionally, we as a community should work towards working on ensuring that everyone has a shelter to protect them from the harsh weather conditions.
Onegaishimasu. Karate and in the martial arts strengthen the body through our training, but of course we also aspire to increase the ability to use our mind and our spirit in focus. So some of these elements can really develop the strength and confidence that one needs to get through any obstacle and challenge that life throws at us. We're not always all blessed with the gift of the best life, but what we can do is make the best of what we have in life. And in karate and martial arts, we try to pave a path for you to join a journey that can get you to where you need to be and achieve your dreams and your successes, but thriving through the confidence built throughout your training. In Kaiko Martial Arts here, we have put together kata demonstration videos in hopes to achieve and inspire others out there to know that they can also pursue their dreams and inspire others by doing more for themselves. Hope you enjoy the videos. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Today, we watch a short video from Kiko Martial Arts showcasing the art of kata. The word kata refers to a detailed, choreographed pattern of martial arts movements made to be practiced alone or within groups when training. It is practiced in Japanese martial arts as a way to memorize and perfect the movements being executed. Similar to dance, kata uses the human body with rhythm and movement. Kata can also be performed to music. This demonstration from Kiko Martial Arts represents the strength, skill, and determination needed to train in martial arts, and mirrors the same type of qualities necessary to train in dance. This demonstration is a reminder to all that through challenging times, you can use your body and mind to focus on overcoming obstacles and achieving your goals.
Hey, hi guys, my name is Taylor. I'm super excited to be jumping on here to be talking about Youth Without Shelter's virtual fundraiser this year called Time4Change. So on any given night in Toronto, about 2,000 youth experience homelessness. And as we have rapid changing measures with COVID-19 and the stay-at-home order, it's extremely hard for these youth that don't have a place to call home. That is why this February, Youth Without Shelter is hosting its 12th annual Youth Helping Youth initiative called Time4Change. So Time4Change is a month-long art activism fundraiser that supports the thousands of youth that experience homelessness in the GTA region. Okay, so this February, we can all do a little something to help make a change, and that is texting CHANGE to 45678 for a $10 donation to support the cause. You can also click on Time4Change, which I'll link the website here, to learn more about youth experiencing homelessness and what we can do. I think this is a super easy initiative to get involved in, and I hope you guys all text CHANGE to 45678. And thank you for listening.
Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Rare, Miss One of a Kind, so divine and hard to find, goddess, goddamn. And I'm going to be reading a couple pieces from my book, Rare's World, a Black-owned and Black-produced production. It's a book of art from the pages to my whole team. I want to represent Black excellence. So I'm going to be reading some pieces for you today. This poem is called Element, and it goes like this. In my element, taking deep breaths, my toes touching rocks and sand, I feel blessed. Feeling the world in my hands, appreciating the land, aligned with my plan. Thinking back to how it all began, relaxing with a peace of mind. The sky is clear, you can feel the motion as I view the moving ocean. Taking time to reflect and time to heal, notes on my paper, time now yields. Deep in my thoughts, mindfulness is key. I'm just focused on who I'm destined to be. In my element and in my peace. Thank you. This poem is about awareness and how your actions and intentions can affect others. It's called Listen, and it goes like this. Listen to your heart. You feel the vibe. If it feels off, don't take it soft. Could it be a warning sign? Listen to it. Just listen. Deep down, you have a void. Reasons why you're paranoid. Thinking your life is a tabloid? Don't get it twisted. Social media plays a big part, but you didn't need it from the start. Know your worth, because this is your world.
Audrey is a fourth-year media production student from Ryerson University. I took these pictures with my friends around iconic spots in Toronto to represent what the Toronto community looks like to me. I wanted to make sure these photos were bright, optimistic, and evoked hope, because these are all things that come to mind when I think of YWS and their community. I participated in T4C because I believe in YWS and their mission to support youth experiencing homelessness. But I also love T4C because of the art activism involved. I'm a media student and doing what I love to do. To help a cause and a community I care deeply about is truly incredible. These pictures represent the Toronto community to me, and represent that pride and vibrance of the YWS community. The Grove Community School has participated in Time4Change for the past 3 years, and we are thrilled to have them back to take part in our 2022 virtual experience. When asked about their participation in T4C, they replied, "We are grade 4 to 6 students from the Grove Community School, a small public alternative school in Toronto. Our school's core values are social justice, environmental education, and community outreach. We are committed to our core values. This is our third year participating in T4C. We recognize the crucial need to support young people in crisis. We are learning from Youth Without Shelter, and we want to be part of the change. For our art activism piece, the Grove Grades 4 to 6 students created a word that represents support and strength to help build awareness and concern for youth homelessness. We created a vine-like word and stylized it on a brick wall. The piece represents resilience, strength, and growth.
The door opens. An umbrella is tossed aside. Rain boots kicked off into the rows of uniform shoes beaten into place. Raindrops roll slowly down the clean windows. A face caught in the reflection, conditioned to forget the beyond. A warm meal waiting on the stove, cooked with bountiful love and groceries. A cozy blanket set by the fire.
20% of the homeless population are youth. Youth like you and me. Youth without a warm meal or blanket, waiting for them, fighting for them. Youth who are ignored in an attempt to escape the rain. Youth with nowhere to go, no place to call home. Drip, drip, drop.
Shapely cotton hugs my feet, protecting me from the cold. Bulky rubber on the concrete, so harsh the floor cannot scold.
When the material breaks down, my mother can replenish the shoe. My feet can stay off the ground, but what if I can't afford new?
Pinpricks of pain shooting the soul, nothing to protect from below. Naked skin tarnished under hot coal, bare feet burning on fresh snow.
We live a life in a bubble, sheltering us with the warm safety of certainty, where those with privilege are blind.
We follow the rules the bubble shouts, walking past with eyes away, hoping the guilt eases with ignorance, rejecting the human from the homeless.
When the remorse suffocates our air, we pretend to care, claiming it's not our fault, that it's just the way the world is, throwing blame wherever it will fit.
We built the walls that malnourish. We
hold our heads so we don't see.
We
ignore the change in our pocket.
We deny the power we have to make a difference.
The city is infested with the pandemic, infiltrating the lives of all with the cure of an injection. Provide an address, health card, but what if there's no destination, no proof of address? The route not as clear, but who cares? Things like domestic abuse, financial loss, the effects of a raging epidemic, they can deal with it themselves. It's their fault anyways.
Right?
There's a winter storm coming tonight. -20 degrees, 3 feet of snow. School's canceled. If it's not safe to drive in, walk in, travel in, why is it safe to live in, sleep in, survive in?
Turn up the heat, go get in your warm bed, make a fire. 2,000 youth are homeless every single night.
No amount of blankets can keep 3 feet of snow away. No amount of ice can melt 2 inches of salt. No amount of jackets can keep you warm through the night.
When you sleep on a bed of ice and snow falls on your hair, slowly the snow degrades every single layer you use as protection until you're infected by the cold and infected by the streets.
Do you feel it? Does the guilt ever get to you? The feeling you can't quite shake that it could be you? When does that feeling fade? When you're laughing with your family, sound asleep in your warm bed? Consider those who don't have the luxury to escape it, who must live this reality
every single night. You can claim to care, act like we have the systems to make change. Universal health care, but what happens when there's no address to put on the form? A free education system, but what happens when there's no way to get to school every day? Safest country in the world, but don't we need more than a title to protect us?
It's the foundation of our country, to protect those who can't protect themselves. But what happens when the protectors forget those who are the most vulnerable? Those left in the dust, the youth left in the cold. A blind eye is turned, heads turned in another direction.
When the systems that are meant to save us from danger can be the most dangerous systems of all. When those put in place to protect us, care for, feed us, leave us and mistreat us. Where do we turn? Who's there to watch over us?
There must be no more waiting, because there will never be a better day. Stand up, move, make a change.
End youth homelessness once and for all. One youth at a time, we can make the change. End youth homelessness once and for all. One youth at a time, we can make the change.
Hi there, my name is Jonna Smith. I'm the volunteer chair for Time4Change. We have a small volunteer group that works very closely with the amazing staff at Youth Without Shelter who work incredibly hard putting this event together and encouraging many artists, school groups, and community groups to participate as well. When T4C was established 12 years ago, about 500 volunteers canvassed across the city at various TTC stations. And art activism was a key part of the event then, and it remains that way today. Art activism is a dynamic practice combining the creative power of the arts to move us emotionally to bring about social change. A big shout out and thank you to the many artists who participated in our showcase gallery. We have a goal to raise $110,000 this year. If we are successful, that will put us at a $1 million mark raised since T4C's inception, and that would be phenomenal. If you would like to help us get there, you can make a donation online at www.yws.on.ca, or you can make a one-time $10 donation by texting CHANGE to 45678. Thank you from all of us who support Youth Without Shelter for helping make change happen in the lives of so many of Toronto's homeless youth.
Hi, my name is Jacob Messam, and I am representing here on behalf of YWS. Thank you for supporting Youth Without Shelter's 12th annual Time4Change event. It means so much to all of us YWS residents to know that we have so many people who care about their community and us young people. Thank you for everything you have done for us and continue to do as we enter the workforce, attend school, and search for safe housing. Thank you.